Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we talk to Klaja and have a little bit of a conversation regarding, well, the dead man. We are still trying to ascertain whether he's also a rapist, besides being a... what's... strikebreaker? Yeah, that's probably the term. Strikebreaker, because he was actually part of a team, as we found out. Our empathy is saying when he said that he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man. And that's what we heard in the tape last episode. So, and our empathy hasn't been accused by our volition as being compromised. That sounds about right, actually, and that sounds like a thing that I would think. So, hold on. He said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me. Well, she smiles. Maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. Weren't you afraid? Afraid of what? The tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil, she says. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Leishman. This is the massacre that we learned about last episode. I would be tearing it up, soldier of the apocalypse style. Kim cuts in. Did he tell you he actually had done anything of those things here in Martinez, I mean? No. We were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed, she thinks, he seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be. There's a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being, says our suggestion. And our suggestion is compromised. So, and our logic kicks in. Okay, well, this is it. There, yeah. What kind of man was he? Before you go ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Okay. There is a small measure of pride in her, so that's a misunderstanding. Or rather, that's not what's going on. Thank you for clearing that up, miss, says Kim. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles. Let's talk more about this so-called assault. Not my favorite topic, but okay. Okay, well, that's that. Let's return to this later, miss. Kim wants to talk to Titus. Maybe I want to talk to Kim.
Yes?
No, I don't. See you later. Yep. Okay, still far away from leveling up, which is a problem. That's a bummer. That's just... I really wish that I could get the... How do I get down there? Through here? I think so? Yes, because it goes around. I really wish I could get the body inside. I mean, it's snowing. It's not going to freeze, but it is. It is. Obviously, it is. Those are benches, I think. Yeah, they're benches. I can zoom in. I forgot about that. Police work is tough. Take breaks. Talk to strangers. Explore. That's pretty much all I've been doing so far. So let's have a chat with Titus over here. Still that man back there.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Just wanted to check and see if she had anything new.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Yeah, so I talked to Klaja about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at his beer for 2 seconds, intently, and then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Gold? It was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there. Our suggestion says, it sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal. Good call. It's a medium success. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo. It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Yes, in fact, Kim looks at you and then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Our logic is saying it seems like they want to give Klaja a second chance to play along. She still didn't. Holy crap. Alright, he slams his giant fist on the door frame. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Elizabeth cuts in, her voice a bit softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thought on this, lawman? Lawman? Oh, yeah, he's asking with plural for both of us. So we get who made the call reporting the crime. We found that out a while back. And we are up to 70 out of 100. That's great. That's great news. I think this is personal for you. I think you had feelings for her. Pfeh, Glenn explodes with indignation. Everyone's got feelings for each other. Where are you going with this? Oh, is it a language barrier here? I thought feelings for is just a euphemism for it's just so I don't have to say that he liked her, because this is not 12th grade anymore. Or 12th? No. What? 6th grade is what I meant to say. I just went to double for some reason. That's all right, Glenn. He rubs his temple. I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong. Yeah, that was fucked up. He smiles sympathetically. He wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him. You just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. He shakes his head. It's cool now. Huh. Okay, so this was unrelated. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was. Nah, I know her. He looks upstairs, distracted. She's just a girl in over her head. Titus, she has my whole skill set compromised. I think it's not because of how good a spy she is. I think it's just that my character's got a crush on her or something. She's some kind of pro. What kind of pro? You're saying she's a hooker? He forces himself to pick up the beer and take a gulp. No, says Kim. He's not saying that. Forget about it. I think you had a lie planned, but she didn't play along. I asked for your opinion. Not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma. Yeah. This tape was the last chance for her to do what was planned. But she didn't, says Kim. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you. Oh no, says our Volition. It's definitely compromised too. Volition? It's his hubris, says Volition. Sadly, not much to do about it now. You mean Kim is compromised? Shut up, Volition. I think Volition is compromised. I don't know. I don't know anything. Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. Titus despondently glances at his beer. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here. Yeah, guys, we should get a party going tonight. Why? Asks Theo. Shanky comes back. Maybe not then. He looks at the old man in the corner. Success, says our logic. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation. I think he admitted, but it's such a soft admission. Hardy's saying, now you remember how to do your job when we asked him if he had a plan. That's his admission. Or that's as close as we're gonna get. Interesting. We got experience from it, but not quest updates or anything. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now, says our empathy. His men are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. It looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore, says our reaction speed. Come on, Titus. It's been a long day, says Kim. I'm tired of running back and forth between you. I can see you're tired too. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. He throws his beer can down. That lying, scamming... We're done. This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah, says Elaine. There's a silence in the room after that. Elaine starts saying something and then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it, says our perception. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. I didn't shout, but anyway. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers? Now we're talking, says Glenn. He livens up. Hoppity hop. Hoppity hop. Over here, cafeteria manager. Our rhetoric is awful. Convinced Titus he's being manipulated. We're definitely not going to succeed. And if we are, holy crap. We rolled a double 6 last episode. And because of that, we had a really, really cool interaction. I'm really glad we did it. But yeah. Where is our... So it's our rhetoric. Should be up here. Rhetoric is only 2. Why is it lower than... Oh, because I probably have something that lowers my rhetoric. I think that's a white check, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna leave. Because I can access my clothes right in front of him. And change into some more rhetorically... there it is. Some more Our orange bum hat? Sure. Some more rhetorically appropriate clothes. If that makes any sense. It doesn't. I mean, it does, actually. Because it's just... It's not about our... It's not just about our skill. It's about... how other people see us as well. So let's give this a shot.
It's you again. What is it?
I'm gonna convince him that he's being manipulated with a 21% chance. 28% chance. Of course. Heroic failure. Or rather, it's not a heroic failure. It's a failure for a heroic check. Klaja is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good. I'm sure I can choose whichever one I want. You guys are always telling me they're good and then they aren't. That's a... I was like, what am I talking about here? No. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that to my Furies. Those are the other guys, says the rhetoric. My shit is solid gold. You can trust me. Can I? All those ideas look really bad. I saw only one, which I was pretending to play a fiddle, as I told him that he was being played like a fiddle. Oh, you don't like these arguments? Let's you come up with your own, then. Come on, everyone's waiting. Where are they? Oh, wait, our empathy is checked in. Why is Goldmouth mean to him? Goldmouth is rhetoric, apparently. Something is wrong. It doesn't look like he's succeeding. Wait, did we get an extra one? So yeah, okay, man, it's clear you're being played like a fiddle, and I can play an imaginary fiddle. I also know, I know what is going on here. I've been wronged too. I got my fucking dark shadows over my heart. That's interesting. That doesn't sound too bad. But I might be able to get something out of this empathy here. So something is wrong. It doesn't look like he's succeeding. I don't know. Titus, the same thing happened to me. She manipulated me too. No, let's go with this one. I know what's going on here. I've been wronged too. I got this fucking dark shadow over my heart. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I haven't even started, man. As I awakened into this world, something came with me. An ancient sadness. Oh, that shadow. A man your age. The hangover must be lethal. He measures you up. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe you should cut back on the drink? That's enough for the shadow now, officer, says Kim. Let's do procedural questions, or even... He nods towards the exit. Why not take a little breather? Yeah, these working class oafs don't know how to talk about feelings. You shouldn't have opened up to them, or anyone. Shut up, Rhetoric. I'll open up to whoever I want. And also, I'll don my hat in a little bit. Thanks, Kim, for getting me out of that one. You should be able to... You should start noticing things a little bit quicker than that. Anyway, we do have missions. So we need to go back to Clash. Clash told you she can talk to him now, but you need specifics. Height, build, etc. to confirm the autopsy. Ask a little later when she has collected herself. This sounds about right. Why didn't I do that before? When we were upstairs. Go upstairs. Oh. This feels right. You belong here. That's the karaoke machine. It's not a machine. It's just a microphone. A badass microphone. Those microphones are so cool looking. Unfortunate that they're really hard to make. Because I would like to make one of those. Just to see. Because those are easy to make. They're like old school stuff. So, you know, simple materials can make a microphone like that. Because, you know, microphones aren't really that complicated. It's the tuning that changes them. You know, just something that's purpose-made for specific tasks and whatnot. Clash, I'm sorry. I'm coming here again. I have many places to be.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Now that you have had some time. What? Now that you've some had time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name, says Kim. Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I called him Lely. A nickname? Asks Kim. I guess, she says. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad, says Kim. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. Then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck. Wait. He hands me the page, but continues talking to her. Right. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing piece of a puzzle of flesh. So maybe we're not going to need to detect that thing that we might have missed. That is basically the only check that I really care about right now. Oh, no, actually it isn't. It really is not the only check. There's so many checks that I want. The one is indeed the perception check to see if I missed something. But I want the drama so I can get in the back. So I can get the corpse onto the freezer. So, how old was he, miss? He was 42. 42, asks Kim. Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. The memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. We were slightly off then, says Kim. Thank you for clearing it up. And the lieutenant makes a correction in his notes. His eye color? Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed, and then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing, she takes a drag. I do him an injustice, he wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Asks Kim. Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, says the lieutenant, suddenly remembering his hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Yeah, you shouldn't touch that. It's just gross. Air gel is gross enough, but brilliantine is just the worst. Interesting, I too have stroked his hair. Oily, isn't it? She says without a question mark. Unfazed. She draws on her cigarette and lets the smoke linger for a moment in her mouth. We have that in common now. She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance, says our composure. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That. It's clear she liked it, says our suggestion. You liked it? Quite a lot, yes. What did it represent? Do you know? It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off the chicks, though. For showing off the two chicks, not the chicks, two chicks. How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him laying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course, tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. That definitely not because of the tattoos. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens and hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And she lowers her voice comically. That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. And you were the woman in this? Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? I'm gonna hand her the photo. No, thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him that I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on, says Kim. She says, he was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms. From a small town. It was also poor, and the government of Orange needed some people killed. So they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands. And on other islands too. All of the islands. After this he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story, I'm going to say. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. She smiles faintly. A change of topic? Yeah, let's not talk about that. And immediately ask this. I don't think it matters. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orange, officer. It's a, I think municipality is the term? A nowhere town there. Orange. Orange's map of waterways. That fits it with his tattoo, says our reaction speed. And Kim says, you were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed the shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental. I don't know if he pronounced like Occidental. No, it has to be Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. Well, there we go. Those are the races. Or two races, anyway, because we got the Seminese still. Anyway, we're out of time for the day, so let's continue this conversation in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.